Welcome to Small Practice Support Information Session number 57. In this recording, Mairead O'Sullivan talks to Justin Purcell about the Law Society Library Service.
Gone 1 o'clock, so I'll just formally introduce. So we're here at the Small Practice Information Session 57, and I'm here with Mairead O'Sullivan, who's head of library services at the Law Society. He's going to give us an introduction and brief tour of what's available in the library and some of the amazing resources. So Mairead, you're very welcome. Over to you if you want to share your screen, and we'll take questions on the chat for anybody who has them.
Okay, I hope everyone can see my screen okay.
Yep, I can see it.
Good afternoon, everyone. As Justin mentioned, my name is Mairead O'Sullivan and I am the head of the Library and Information Service here at the Law Society. And today I'm just going to give you a quick run through of all of the library services that are available to you as a member.
So just as I was saying to Mairead earlier, if anyone wants to ask a question, we'll take it on the chat. So over to you, Mairead.
Thanks, Justin. So our core services, which I've outlined here, include the online catalogue and app, book loans, our Enquiry Service, Precedents, subject resources, LawWatch, the archive, and we also offer one-on-one help sessions. So I'm going to go into slightly more detail on each of these services in the following slides. So the online catalogue is probably one of our most used and popular services. It's located on the front page of the Law Society website. So if you go to lawsociety.ie and under the column for solicitors, you'll see a link for the library. Just click on that link and you will be brought to the library page on the website, and halfway down you'll see a link to the online library catalogue. And once you click on this link, you will then be brought to the catalogue screen itself. Now you will be asked for a login and you will need a username and password. Your username, if you're not familiar, is actually your solicitor number, and then the password is obtained by contacting us at the library desk. Don't worry if you don't know your solicitor number, just give us a buzz or send us an email and we can find you on our system and we'll be able to provide you with both username and password. So once you're logged in, then you'll land on the front page of the catalogue. We have designed the catalogue in a very specific way to make it easy for members to find what they're looking for without having to do too much research. So we have provided tabs, and the tabs give a shortcut to various different services. So you can see we have a tab for our library services, our judgments, the archive, our subject resources, LawWatch, any external resources that we cover. We've got library guides, and then we also have some tabs for just some practical library information such as FAQs, our opening hours, and how to contact us. And I'd also just like to bring your attention to the carousel in the middle. We call it a book river, but it's a really nice feature that highlights any new books that we've received in the library in the previous days or week. So it's a quick way for you to just drop in and just to see if there's anything that catches your fancy. And if you click on the Find in My Library, you'll be brought to that book record and then you can request a copy. So what's exactly on the catalogue then? So currently we just have a little more than 11,500 textbooks. We have slightly over 17,000 judgments from the Irish courts, which are available in full PDF format. They're signed and you can read them online or indeed print or download to your desktop. We also have numerous guides, which are in PowerPoint presentation format. And again, members are free to download these to their own desktop or print them. So if you're looking for a book, I've given a very basic search example here. So you just pop the title of the book that you're looking for into the search bar, click on search, and the results will pop up on the screen for you, and you can order them with the most recent book at the top of the screen. So the example I've given you here, it pops up Irish Land Law. And if you want to borrow this book, just click on the place hold option on the right-hand side. It will ask you to confirm and you just click place hold again. And I'd like to point out that if you do place a hold online, the book is automatically sent out by DX Tracked Courier. An email is sent to the library desk, so books that are placed on hold, it is assumed that you will be happy to receive them by de-extract courier. If you would prefer to get the book yourself by popping into us or sending your own courier, it's advised to ring the library. I have our contact details here on the screen. You can see our telephone number and also our email address, which is libraryenquire@lawsociety.ie. And most books are sent out by de-extract courier, as I mentioned. There is a delivery charge of €5 for that. While members are working from home during COVID, we're also happy to send books out via An Post, and that will deliver to home address. It's for members who can't or don't have access to their office at the moment. We can also, as again I mentioned previously, if you're working nearby or you're in the vicinity, we're happy to leave books at the main reception for you to collect. So members are entitled to borrow up to 5 books, and you can hold on to them for a 2-week period. And we're very happy to renew as well, so long as nobody else is looking for a book, or for that particular book, I should say. Moving on then, I've also just given a very brief example of how to find a judgment. Again, as with the book, you just type in the party names and hit on search, and you will be brought to the case report record on the catalogue. Here you can see the party names, the judge name, a brief abstract, the neutral citation, and the date. Probably most importantly of all, though, you will see an electronic access link. And when you click on this link, you will be brought to a signed PDF copy of that particular judgment. And you're welcome to save it to your desktop. You can print it, or indeed just read it online, whichever you'd prefer. But they're all there and available freely for members. So we also, about maybe 2 to 3 years ago, developed a library app. Now this is available on all iOS and Android devices, and it has the same functionality as the online catalogue in that you can search for a book, place a hold, or indeed search for a judgment. But I suppose the advantage of it over the online catalogue is that you can use it while on the move. And we've had very positive feedback from members who, for example, maybe down in court and the judge, references a particular judgment or case, they can just open the act, search for the case, and they'll pull up a PDF copy of it, and they have it there and then on their phone. So it's a nice feature. And if you haven't downloaded it already, I would encourage you to do so. Moving on then to our library guides. We've compiled these with members in mind. It's just a very quick way for members, if they're not sure of how to use one of our services, you can click into, for example, the guide to the library catalogue. It will give you a great overview of how to use it. The same with the guide to our archive service, the mobile app. We also have an eBooks guide. And on the column on the right-hand side, you can see we have guides prepared on external websites, such as the Irish Statute Book, the Court Service website, and also the Houses of the Oireachtas. And they're really compiled with members in mind, just to give you a how-to guide on how to use the service if you have any questions, or if you're not sure of how to use it. They're quite handy and useful, and you can download them and save them to your PC. I mentioned there we have ebooks. Now we do have, it's unfortunately a small collection of ebooks. We are hampered by copyright restrictions, but we are building a collection. And if you are interested in looking at what we have, you're more than welcome to contact us at the library desk, and we can register you and set you up with access, and you can have a look through the ebook collection that we do have. Hopefully in time, publishers will become less worried about what they give us access to, and the collection will grow. But for now, I'm afraid it's quite a restricted collection. Okay, so our inquiry service, this is probably our most used service overall. The library is open Monday to Friday from 9 AM until 5 PM. And our contact details, you can see there on the screen, our telephone number, and also, again, our email, libraryenquire@lawsociety.ie. So if you ever have a query and you want to contact us, please do so by one of those methods. We regularly receive queries from members who are researching a particular topic. Maybe they're having trouble finding a piece of case law or legislation. They want to borrow a book, or request a journal article, precedent, anything like that. We're more than happy to help. Library charges do apply, and our charges are available on the library catalogue for you to view. And I'd also like to point out that we have a self-service photocopier available in the library. It's located on the ground floor, and members are more than welcome to pop in and use that also if they wish. So I've highlighted our precedents, and primarily because it's probably our most requested item in the library. We have a large, extensive collection, which includes Lavoie's Irish Conveyancing Precedent, both online and in print. We have LexisNexis Encyclopedia of Forms and Precedents, again, online and in print. We have Lexis's PSL Precedent Library. This is only available online, so you would need to speak to a member of the library team if you want to search this. We also have a range of textbooks, both Irish and UK, which contain precedents. And any precedent that is available online can be emailed to you in either Word or PDF format, depending on your preference. These are emailed under the license from the publishers, and we're more than happy to discuss your query with you if maybe you're not exactly sure what precedent you're looking for, or if you do, it's even better. But we're happy to talk you through the process, and we can email them to you directly. Our subject resources, these are available again under one of the library tabs on the main catalogue. They're subject-specific lists that we've compiled over the years, and they're a really good starting point for someone who's maybe not overly familiar with a topic. They include any new books or articles that we have on various different subjects, and they're all available. And they're niche. Some of them are quite niche topics. We have, for example, one there on artificial intelligence and legal profession. We have one on wind farms, and they're primarily aimed at people. Maybe you've been asked to look into a topic and you're not hugely familiar with it. It's a good starting point, and you'll see the books that are available in that area that we have, and articles as well. And everything included in the books is available in the library. Again, you click on the link, it'll open for you in a PDF, and you can print it or download it and get in touch with us then if you see anything of interest to you. Moving on to LawWatch. I'm sure most of you are already familiar with LawWatch, but for those of you that aren't, it's a weekly newsletter that goes out on a Thursday morning to all of our members, and it highlights any recent case law or legislation that has come out the previous week. We also highlight new books and articles that have come our way and that we think might be of interest to members. LawWatch is sent to all members, so if for some reason you're not receiving it and you would like to do so, we have a designated email, which I have there on the screen. It's lawwatch@lawsociety.ie, and please do contact us and we can add you to the subscription straight away. Moving on then, Justin mentioned our archive collection at the beginning of this, and I have to say the archive has grown from strength to strength. I think it's possibly 5 years ago now that we first started looking into creating a library archive, and the collection at the beginning, it was pretty bad repair. There was an awful lot of restoration and work that needed to be undertaken, and we have over the last few years digitized most of the collection now. And I've highlighted some of what's available for you. So you can see we have annual reports going back to 1979. We've council minutes from 1841 to 1949. We have the archive of the Gazette from 1907 to 1996. Gazette.ie obviously hosts the more recent ones. We also have law directories from 1846 to present day, the roll book from 1840 to 1936, the Solicitors Benevolent Association reports, and a World War I memorial, which focuses on members or solicitors who fought in the war. And if you haven't already done so, I would encourage you all to just take some time and have a look through the archive. It's really, really interesting, and we often get queries from members maybe whose parents or ancestors were solicitors and they want to see even something as simple as seeing their signature on the roll book. You can do all of that and just look up the law directory and see where they practiced. We often get queries from members of the public who are interested in genealogy or researching their family tree. And not only has it made our lives much easier in finding the material, but it's nice that we can share it now with everyone else. And it's lovely to be able to look at something yourself and read, and just it's a really fascinating glimpse back into the history of the society and the legal profession in general. So wrapping up, we have also always offered one-on-one help We provide members with guides and any questions they may have. They're also encouraged to contact us. Julie Griffin, who is an assistant librarian here at the Law Society, often hosts sessions. So, you know, anyone who has any queries about how to use the online catalogue, or if you're not sure about maybe how to find a case or legislation, please contact us, and we're more than happy to help you with any query you may have. At the moment, the sessions are conducted via Zoom, but hopefully in time, when things get back to normal, we also offer one-on-one sessions in the library. So to move on then and conclude, I've just included our address here for anyone who may not know so already. Most importantly, I think our email address is probably the best way to get in touch with us. As I mentioned earlier, we're here Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, and there is somebody always on the desk rota, so you will always receive an immediate response. Even if it's just to tell you that we're looking into your query and we will get back to you, we're more than happy to oblige you with any queries you may have. And often it's the case we're the first port of call, even if it's not a library query, we're happy to, you know, direct you in the right direction and put you in touch with the person in the Law Society that can help you with your query. So thank you very much for your time, and I really appreciate you taking time out of your lunch break to hear me talk about the library. Thank you.
That's great, Mairead. Thank you very much for sharing.
No problem.
I definitely learned from the Law Society Library app, and I got something out of it anyway that I didn't know about before. So
Good.
That's brilliant. So just a few questions just before we wrap up. Well, what do people? And you've probably answered this, but what are your main queries with people coming to the library? What are they looking for? Are they? And then my second question is: am I able to come to the library physically in this COVID world or changing world that we live in?
Okay, well, to answer your first question, probably the main requests that we would get are for precedents, case law, books, article requests, stuff like that. So people back in the day when they could come in, they were happy to browse around the library. And to answer your second question, at the moment, yes, we are more than happy to receive visitors. We have an appointment system in place at the moment. So if you do want to come to the library, please get in touch with us beforehand and we can book you in. Where appointments are available Monday to Friday. So it's really not a problem. It's just so that we can gauge the numbers and keep, you know, safe protocols in place. Everything is socially distanced and it's quite safe in the library. So we're more than happy for members to come in and have a browse. But yeah, precedents probably and case law would probably, I'd say, be the main questions that we get asked, and books as well. Then people are, you know, often asked, or, you know, if a new book comes out or anything like that, that, you know, they might find interesting or have read about, they would pop into us. So it's a kind of a mixed bag, really. There's no one size fits all, but we try to help as many people as we can.
Sure. And I suppose in conclusion, do you have any other tips for anyone? Like, it's open 5 days a week. You're happy to take phone calls, emails.
Yeah, we
There's
were
lots
open.
Of people there to help.
Yeah, we were
open.
Different
contacts you.
Yeah, we were lucky in that we were one of the few services we were able to maintain an office basically during COVID. So we've been here throughout the whole pandemic, and we've had somebody in, so we've had access to the book stock. So from the members' point of view, hopefully they shouldn't have really seen any difference to the service that was offered. Somebody from the staff has been here every day throughout the pandemic and will continue to do so. So yeah, I can't stress enough how, you know, happy we are to hear from members. And, you know, there's somebody at the telephone and the email library inquire as well. So we're happy to take your query anyway. We also, actually, what I didn't include on the PowerPoint is we have a library chat button as well on the front of the website. So for someone who might have a quick query, that's a good way to get in touch with us as well. Brilliant.
So I think that's a really good synopsis of what's available. So thank you very much.
No problem.
I think just before we wrap up, I just indicate I've just put up on my screen there the future information sessions that we're having. So next week we've got Richard Grogan, who's going to come in and give us an update on the return to work. So that's a real live issue at the moment, and I think he'll be able to bring some clarity maybe to some of those issues. He's also give us some ideas around how he approaches social media. So that'll be really interesting because I know he's very active and has got a lot of followers. Rory O'Donnell is going to come in on the 15th of September. Slight change there. He's going to give us a guide to easements because there's some change in the legislation coming on November 30th, and some of the Bar Council people are looking for information sooner. So his witnessing of documents is going to be pushed back to later in October. Emma Jane Williams is going to give us an AML update on the 22nd of September, and there's going to be an update from the Diploma Centre on the 29th of September. And then just see whether I can move it on to the next screen, if it will do it. So then there's going to be Mental Health Week is on the 12th of October. So just before that, we're going to just give a heads up on that, on Legal Mind and on law care and how that all works. The Ethics Committee is going to give us an update on their practice document and how to make the correct ethical decisions. So that's Justine McCarthy and Cian Moriarty. Annual tax return advice on the 20th of October following the budget with Micheál O'Scahoyle from Crow. So it'll be interesting to see what's in the budget for us, fast approaching. And then Rory is going to come back and give us an update on witnessing of deeds and documents. An overview of the local enterprise office with Oisin Gagan. So all of the services out there in your local enterprise office, such as mentoring, such as the trading online venture, what can people apply for and what can people benefit from visiting their local employment office. So business services and skills. And then Bill Holohan from the PII committee is going to give us an update on the 10th of November with the renewal of PII fast approaching. So that's it for the moment. If you wish to register for any of the future events, we'll send out, you can go to the website, the Law Society Information Sessions under the Business Hub, where there's all sorts of tools and advice available. Mairead, you're going to share with me the presentation and we'll send it out with the recording on Friday for people to access.
Yeah, no problem, Justin, that's fine.
So unless anybody else has a question, we'll close early today on our first day back to school, as they would say. The kids are back today, so it's a feeling of freedom and relief and joy for everybody. So Mairead, thank you very much for coming and talking to us today, and thanks everyone for joining us, and hopefully we'll see you all next week. Slán agus gur mágat.
Thanks.